I ran across this article. It's about the Trump derangement syndrome. Now, we've talked about the Trump derangement syndrome, but now it's the Musk derangement syndrome. Now, if you dig into this, what's interesting about it is the shrinks are starting to pay attention to this. You know, it's called TDS, and now it's going to be MDS. Musk, this derangement syndrome. And what they're looking at, this is all I could find this morning when I was looking at the story, but they're saying that most of the people, and I'm talking about, for example, if you turn on social media and see the wailing and screaming and the tears and people are coming unglued on the air, okay? Or the woman who says, I'm going to sterilize myself. Did you see the story?
I did see
I'm
that.
going to sterilize myself because of this Trump victory. That's how concerned I am. Now, the shrinks are saying it's not really a new syndrome. They're saying a lot of these people that do this kind of thing, that say this kind of thing, might have underlying mental issues to begin with. They probably have since spent some time on a shrink's couch to begin with. So I think that's pre-existing kind of issues, you know? And what's your take on it? I mean, first of all, are you seeing it? I mean, because I'm still seeing it to some degree.
I see the people accusing everybody of Trump derangement syndrome.
Right.
They did it for the first 4 years. They're doing it now.
Okay.
But it goes back. Yeah, I can actually tell you the history of the derangement syndrome.
Yeah, do that. Let's talk about it.
Because it emerged from Air America.
Get out.
During the Bush years.
Well, tell the viewers what the significance
yeah,
is.
during the Bush years when we had Air America Radio, the first nationwide
You had
leftist.
it. I had it.
So you had all these bloggers and weirdos out there that would attack Air America every day. And they started saying Air America suffers from Bush derangement syndrome.
Really? I don't even remember
BDS.
that. I was on Air America.
Right.
I had a show. You worked with me on the show. I'd never heard that
Yeah,
back then.
BDS is what it was. BDS for 4 straight years, BDS.
Right.
And then when the Obama years came on and Republicans had all their freakouts, then it was the left saying, you guys are suffering from Obama derangement syndrome. So I don't think there's much to it other than whoever's in office, the opposing party is suffering from Biden derangement syndrome,
okay.
Trump derangement syndrome.
Are you seeing more of it now, though? We were together on Air America.
Right.
I mean, you were producing, I was doing a show. And I never saw that. I literally never saw that. I don't know. And we did a lot of hit pieces on Bush back then.
Oh, yeah.
Tons of bit.
And it was all politics.
But
so
I
that's
don't
obviously
know that I've ever seen, I don't know if I've seen this term being thrown around as much as I'm seeing with Trump and Musk. And I haven't seen, I guess back then maybe I wasn't watching as much social media, but I wasn't seeing people having meltdowns in front of cameras to where you go, oh my God, somebody get over to their house. They really might be cracking up. To where shrinks are saying, we see it happening, but there's more to the story. I just don't remember that.
Well, and with the increased use of it today, what it is a way to just attempt to shut down arguments without actually talking about policy or talking about anything.
Yeah.
I can bring up all of these points, Trump's doing this, here's why it's going to be bad, it'll lead to this, X, Y, and Z, and then a conservative would get on there and say, oh, somebody's got Trump derangement syndrome.
Yeah.
And then they just leave and it's like, okay, but that's not an argument. If you want to refute any point I make on any video, feel free to do so. I'm happy to hear it.
Do you get criticism like that a lot?
Daily.
Daily.
Every single day. I mean, without question. I could pull up, comments on my Instagram right now on pictures of my dogs. And people are going to say, like, oh, you got Trump derangement syndrome. Because it's an argument made by stupid people because they're not smart enough to talk about the issues that are brought up in the videos.
Brother, I'm sorry I brought it up. I didn't know.
No. You're not saying we're suffering from it. But what it is it is their way to shut down any intelligent conversation or have to deal with the fact that, hey, listen, things are not as good as you would like to think with these policies. You're not seeing the effects right now. Well, some people obviously are, but you give it 3 months, 6 months down the road, you're going to be the one that's, crying on camera.
Could be. It's not, I guess the difference is I've never seen it go as far as professionals saying, there's something called a DSM-5, okay? Mm-hmm. That's where they take psychological profiles It's like a checklist. If you're a sociopath, you got this, blah, blah, blah. If you're schizophrenic, you've got this. If you're bipolar, you got. So now they're saying maybe we need a section for Trump derangement syndrome. It's just a weird development. I think it's different.